Well, hi everybody. Coach Lenka here. My name is Lenka Wallace. I am a best-selling author. I am a business coach and also a skincare coach. And I am here today to talk about the book writing and life in general with my really great friend, Crystal Willis. And I'm going to give it back to her to introduce herself, tell us a little bit more about who she is and how amazing she is.
Oh, thank you, Lenka. I'm really glad we're doing this. It's so great to talk to you, my sister, um, and definitely just use this opportunity to explore what's brought us down this journey and hopefully share some nuggets with other girls. So, yeah, my name is Crystal Willis. I'm an author, a speaker, and an entertainment industry veteran and coach. So I published my first book in 2011, Prayers and Pillow Talk, a rape survivor's journey to self-worth. And then in a few years later, I think it was in 2015, I don't even remember, I published an ebook called Lip Lady Fab's 5-Step Guide to Loving Your Legs After Lipedema Diagnosis. So all of my books they're real. They're about the life that I've lived. So yeah, I'm really excited to dig in here a little bit into each other's work and what motivates us.
Yeah, I remember you publishing that second book because that was right around the time where you and I met, and we met about a year ago, year and a couple months, right, ago, through this amazing personal development workshop. It's called MITT, Mastery and Transformation Training, and we connected. We've been through this whole journey for the past year and something together, just working on ourselves as women, as leaders, as people, responsible citizens, like people who want to make a change in this world and do something about it. So that's what we're up to, and that's exactly where I met you, and your second book came out. So I have a question for you. So I actually wrote them down, so I'm gonna read them from my little notes here. What was
Okay.
the most powerful thing that you learned about yourself through your journey with MITT, and how did that impact your life?
I would say I'm really shooting from my heart here. I would say the most powerful thing that I learned is the reason why I have played small in my life. I found myself throughout my personal life and my business life to have been in more supportive roles as opposed to putting myself out there, and me being the face of any kind of brand or thing. Um, and I think part of that realization came from exploring my childhood through the training, and just always wanting to please my father. Uh, it really came from a place of never quite feeling good enough, um, to compete on that level. So, but always very smart. So why don't I just help other people? And now I'm at the point in my life now, through the training, where I've realized that to get to the good stuff that God really has for me, that universe has for me, I get to step out and be bold and do things like this, record myself, do videos, share what I've learned over the years. So it's really exciting. MITT and the personal development training that I've done has helped me to really put myself out there more. Yeah. And heal from a lot of pain and things. So what about you? What made you decide to do the MITT courses?
Oh my gosh. So when we started last year, I was at the point in my life where I was in the business for 9 years and it was not going anywhere. And I felt super stuck. And I felt like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like everybody else is succeeding around me, like in that same kind of business. And I'm not. Like, what is wrong with me? So I looked at all those people who like I looked up to, like people I saw like they really took off and they took off really fast. And the only thing they had in common was other than hard work and like really commitment and doing the work, which I was doing too, just with no results. But the other thing that they had in common was this training, this MITT training. Whoever took it was like, whew, like they took off with their life, right? And it could be in different areas, but everybody who went through training was like, from here to like immediately up. And I'm like, I want that. I want that for myself. Whatever they're doing, I see there is a value in it, and I want that for myself. So that's why I joined. And at that time, I was at the crossroads of like, what I want to do with my life, what I want to do with myself. Like, you know, I was lost completely, and it brought so much clarity to my life. It also brought a brand new business. It brought beautiful people that I feel blessed to know, and you are one of them. So I'm very grateful. I'm really glad I did take the MITT training, because it seriously, it makes you look hard at where you stand and who you really are, and how that real you that you know yourself to be can shine, right? So that's what it's all about.
I blamed myself for the way that I was being valued.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't blame myself. I blamed everyone else.
Yeah.
And so, the course really helped me to look at my own limiting beliefs that were keeping me there, and learn to take personal responsibility for where I was at in life, and understand that there's possibilities available to me if I just take control and be vulnerable and go for it. So here we are.
Yeah. But back to the books, I wanted to ask you, what motivated you to write that first book? It's called Prayers and Pillow Talk, correct? What
Yes.
motivated you to even start writing and go and write that first book?
You know, I was always really passionate about writing. Ever since I was a girl, I wrote a lot of poetry. I journaled. I remember I got my first journal when I was 9.
Wow.
And so I've had so many journals over the years. And I went through a really dark period of my life. I'm a rape survivor. I just went through a period where I really couldn't talk about it in public or talk about it with anyone. It was difficult to share that experience. But I had all these journals, and I had these poems that I'd written through the period of time where I was really coping, you know. And so I knew I wanted to be an author, but at that point, it really was just about, I had this dream in my head for so long. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to put it out there. And I think that's such a big lesson for us as authors. You got to get to the point where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to toss what other people might think aside, and I'm going to just go for this and just put it out there. So I gathered up all the poems I had, all the journal entries that I could share, and edited, and some favorite scriptures, and I put it all together into a book. So it's about 70 pages. It's on Lulu, it's on Amazon, and I've been able to share that at different speaking engagements with, you know, abused women at homeless shelters. So it's been a wonderful experience, just sharing that piece of my heart, that raw, vulnerable place where I was at. And really, for me, it was a way of releasing those 10 years, you know. So that's what, it was a very personal decision to put that book out at the time.
Wow.
But it was hard. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
So since we're on, let's just bounce back and forth. I'll let me see. So Lenka, did you always want to write a book?
No. No. Well, my journey was very different from yours. Very different. So I always had it as, people who write books are super smart people. They are people who are very educated. They have a lot to say. And who am I to write a book? That's what I was thinking. And I always kind of like looked up to authors, and I like respected them. And I never imagined myself writing anything, especially in English, right? Because as you guys hear, I have accent. Those who follow me, you guys know me. I know I'm from the Czech Republic. I came here 20 years ago, and I still feel like I can't speak English. Like sometimes it's so hard to express what I really want to say. So when my writing coach approached me and she was like, you should write a book. You have really good stuff. Like your life is so like inspiring, like what you've been through. And I'm like, you crazy? Like me? And she guided me through the whole experience. So I kind of started like, because I trusted her before. She's a friend of mine for many, many years. But I was like, well, let me try, you know. And I was like, if it like turns out to like bad and failure and like it's not gonna be anything, I'm not gonna tell anyone about it, right? So I wrote it, and then she was like, well, next step is to do this or that, that, that. And a few months later, you guys, I had a book, and it was shocking to me, and there was many things that were shocking about the whole process, like how quickly it came about. I always thought like writing a book takes many, many years, right? And no, it was done in a couple of weeks. I was like, wow. Second thing was like the language, of course. It really is not a problem. Like if you are a second language speaker, don't be afraid because you have an important story to tell. We all do. And the language, that's what editors are for, okay? So don't even worry about it, okay? And if I could do it, you guys, all of you can do it. So if you have that thought, I would just encourage everybody, just go for it. Go for it because your story is important. It needs to be heard, needs to be shared, and you never know whose heart and soul you're going to touch and whose life you're going to change. So just go for it. So that's my experience. I never planned it. I never wanted to be an author, even though I thought like it would be kind of cool to have a book with my face on it, and it kind of is. Now that I have one, but it was not originally in the plan. But I'm glad it happened. You never know. Like you live and you try things, right? And then you see what happens. So
Definitely.
yeah, that was that. But like you're asking me, you're the author, you're the experienced one here, right? So you have two books that you already published, self-published, and you have third one that's in making. So that's what I heard. That's what the little birds are chirping around the town. So tell me, what was the biggest lesson? And I'm reading from these little notes. What was the biggest lesson that you learned, and what do you still need to learn?
Well, in regards to writing, the biggest lesson I learned was to stay committed.
Mm.
The commitment was the only thing that was going to, get in my way if I let it. And that actually finishing the book and, being committed to also being willing to receive feedback or just reach out to a family member to give it a look over, edit it or whatever. Being committed to the process of learning what I needed to learn, learning what self-publishers were out there, just whatever it took. And I think once we get to that place where we are committed and we will do whatever it takes, when I got to that place, it happened so quickly, like you said. It's when we're teetering on the decision and we're not, we haven't quite made it, that things seem to drag on and on. And I think the biggest lesson I still need to learn with regard to self-publishing or just finishing any goal of mine in general is it's just continuing to learn creative ways to market myself and to ensure that the right audience is getting their eyes on my book. And so that's really important for me with this next one because it's so dear to my heart. I'm going to be calling it Use Me. And the title Use Me is interesting because it can be looked at from two different ways, from a positive or a negative. It can be a positive thing to be used by God, but it can feel negative when we're going through certain things. So, I share a lot about different experiences that I've had. It's more or less a memoir. And so in this next one, I really want to learn how to put it out so that it can reach the most people and have the biggest impact on as many lives as possible. Whether that's through getting a book deal or just having a plan and saving up and having a budget to have a coach, to do advertising and all of those things. So that's my next step, is to learn to put it out like you did, and have it go #1 on Amazon, best-selling list. So that is my big goal, next, to have best-selling author next to my name. So
You
really
got it.
excited for that.
You got it. It's done.
Blessed,
It's
because
done.
I have a friend who's done it already, a couple of friends who've done it already now. So I'm sure I'll get some tips along the way. So Lenka, what is your book, Dare to Thrive Girl? What is your book about? Tell us more about that.
Dare to Thrive Girl started as me trying to communicate how I grew up and what I've been through and the background of my family to my sister's children. That's how it started. I had this idea of like, my sister's kids don't really know the story of how we grew up and how my parents, their grandparents grew up and what it was all about. Like they know the people, but I don't think they really know the details of it. So that's what I started with. And it turned into, wow, if that background didn't stop me and what I've been through didn't stop me, and I came here from different country and I made myself successful, anybody can. That's just what I believe. Like anyone who wants to be successful, they can be successful, period. And so if you are lacking direction, if you're lacking like, the know how to, read my book and or call me, contact me. There is a contact information in that book. Let's talk. I'll be happy to grab you by hand and show you exactly what you already got working for you and how you can use it to your advantage. And then there is also a plan, an accountability plan. Like I'll work with you. I'll work with you until you are successful. Okay, so that's what the book is about. Like that's what it is. Basically, it's a guide to reaching your dreams, and you already have a lot working, for you. So let's find what it is and let's use it so that you can get to where you want to go. That's what the book is about. So I hope it inspires people. And my huh? What was that?
I'm sorry. You broke.
Yeah, I guess this is a little slow internet connection. But yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
I didn't ask yet. I guess we have some internet slowdown here, but I have a question for you actually, and that question is, what's your proudest accomplishment in life and why? What are you most proud of?
That's an easy one. My daughter, Kiara, my birth daughter. So I mentioned earlier that I am a birth mother from rape, actually. So that's what's really unique about my story. Only about 5% of women who've been raped actually end up getting pregnant. And then obviously even much smaller number actually end up giving birth. And that was a difficult period in my life. I was only 14. And so the journey to, giving birth to her and placing her for adoption was definitely the most impactful experience that I ever went through. And just to see that all of the pain that I went through was worth it because she's doing amazing. Her adopted family did an amazing job raising her. She's an exceptional college student. She graduated early. She's also now a mom, so I'm a grandma. And it's just really exciting to watch her grow and watch her pursue her dreams relentlessly. And that's definitely my biggest accomplishment. Anytime we can look at difficult situations in our lives and own that story instead of letting it own us. Yeah. That's when we're able to take the power back. And I think that's the message that I have for women all around the world, is just to own your story, own your voice, and use it. Don't let it use you, So that's where I'm at, and that's definitely my biggest accomplishment is my baby. And seeing her win. seeing us win. I'm excited. We're going to be taking, family vacation soon, and she's coming to visit this holiday, this summer. So I'm excited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I know your
Okay,
granddaughter is
Lenka.
a darling. I see her on Facebook all the time. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful little. Oh my God.
She's the most beautiful hazel green gray eyes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
Head full of hair.
Yeah.
Kids are, but they grow so fast. Oh my gosh.
I know.
I can't even keep up. All right, Lenka. So a couple more questions for you. So you told us that coming out of MITT, your skincare business really took off.
Mm.
You wrote and published your first book, and you recently became debt free. I saw that you posted that. So where do you see yourself going next? What's next for you, Lenka?
That is a really good question. And I feel like I'm at that place in my life where I reached my goals and what's next, right? So right now, work-wise, I'm working on a coaching program that goes with the book. So anyone who wants to do the work, anyone who feels inspired to actually take their life into the next level, like let's say someone's not happy at work, someone's not happy with what they have going on for themselves financially, they want change. I'm here for you to show you how it could be done, okay? And so that's that. I'm working on the coaching program. I'm working with different types of entrepreneurs. I'm working with people who want to join me in my business. It could look anyhow, but I'm here to support people. So that's one thing. Second thing, my team and the people I work with directly, we have this thing where every single month we take 10% of what we earn, what the company pays us, and we donate it to a company or to, it's actually a nonprofit organization, I believe. It's called Smile Train. Organization is huge, it's worldwide. And they support children with a cleft palate and cleft lip in the third world countries. So babies who are born with cleft palate or cleft lip, they get surgeries for free, and it's all based on donation. So we take 10% of what we make and we donate it to this cause. And so far I have 2 pictures that the company sent me that are like, this is the child that you personally affected. Like, this is the child that you changed their life forever. So I have 2 babies now. And I'm working on making it 20 a month. It's like I see that my vision is to go so big with this and to enroll so many people that it's not two children every couple months. It's like 20 a month. We're changing their lives. Like, they get to smile. My team is called Team Smile, and that's why, because I make my clients smile because they're happy with their results. I make my team smile, my consultants and my team smile because of their paycheck, and I make these children smile. There was no smile before, and now they do have smiles. So that's my mission in life. That's my mission in life. I invite everybody to join me. I'm excited for that. So that's where I'm going next. I'm going big. You know how they say, go big or go home. I'm going big. I choose. Yeah, but where are you going in the next 5 years? Do you have a vision board by any chance?
I do. I have a couple.
You have a couple. So what's on your 5-year vision board? Tell us.
Oh, wow. Well, the most influential woman, saving lives, shaping the future, really just being an original, building a life that is abundant, that's centered around me just really being myself, owning what makes me happy, and sharing my story, and continuing to inspire other people and create more art, because I love music, I love poetry, so yeah, that's definitely what's next. In addition to that, I want to support others in coaching them, continuing to do the work that I do on a larger scale by creating online courses and digital products so that, they can continue to just grab knowledge whenever they need it, because I want to make the wisdom that I've gotten through the mistakes that I made accessible to anyone. So whether it's a quick guide, or an ebook, or watching a webinar, or doing a group course at boot camp, or even consulting one-on-one with me, I want to be able to do that, and I want to be able to do it from anywhere in the world. So anywhere I've got Wi-Fi, that's my plan. Do a lot of traveling, enjoy seeing the world, and having a family, starting a family of my own. So
I love it. What a wonderful goals. And you're gonna be such a great coach because you have so much to share. You have so much to share. Stuff that you didn't even mention on this call. I know you have so much to share. So whoever gets to be coached by you is lucky. So tell us, where can people find you?
you're amazing. Well, I'm on all social media, Ms.Crystal Willis, or MsCrystalWillis. I just started a new company, a new platform called Boss Lady University. So I'll be launching digital courses later this summer. And also, I am Global Music. That's the Independent Artist Management Global Network. So I can give back the wisdom I've learned in the entertainment industry. And I'll be doing some digital courses and webinars with industry experts that are friends of mine, and just really excited. So, yep, Instagram, Facebook, and very, very soon I'll be all over YouTube. There's a couple things there, but I'm launching my channel this fall. So
That is
exciting.
wonderful. That is so inspiring. I've been working on a couple of things myself. Yeah, go ahead.
A podcast too, because
Podcast, yes. So it's the full spectrum of, like, you can miss Crystal basically. She's everywhere. So just type in Crystal Willis. You'll land on one of the platforms, and then she'll make sure you're on all of them. That's actually the plan. I'm working on a similar thing. So with the book came a coaching program. The book is called Dare to Thrive Girl. If you want to start through that end, go read, get inspired. But there's also a coaching program that's called Build Your Own Empire, right? So that's for anyone and everyone who wants to take their life to the next level, who wants to, like, uplift themselves, up level themselves, right? And create better future for themselves and the family, really. So I'm here to talk and to show you how, right? And then there is definitely all the social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Like, mostly I focus on Facebook, but also LinkedIn, all the social media where people can just type my name or type Link Up with Lenka, L-E, what is it? L-I-N, no, I can't even spell my own website. Link Up with Lenka, Linkup, WITH, Lenka, Lenka, right? So Link Up with Lenka. And we're gonna type all the contact information underneath this video, so no problem. So yeah, people get to just follow and get inspired, or they get to talk and connect. Like, whoever wants to do whatever, we're just here, right? You and I both. So that's the goal, to touch lives and to change lives and to help.
Exactly.
My book is on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's a Kindle version for now. We are planning on doing the voiceover and actually going with the audible version of it. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's downloadable, you guys. It's a short read. It's 2 to 3 hours max. It's a very quick read and inspiring, I would say. Yeah, that's the feedback I get from most of my people. So I hope you guys like it. So yeah, very, very cool. I believe we covered everything we wanted to talk about. Is there anything you'd like to add?
One more thing I forgot to mention. My newest book, The Lady 5-Step Guide, that's all centered on a health condition that I was born with called lipedema. There's a ton of information online about lipedema, but for girls who are interested or just found out, it's a really, really helpful guide on how to get started taking care of yourself and loving yourself, and anyone really who struggles with body image issues. It's a good read. So that's on bit.ly/liplady ebook. So, or they can find it on my Lip Lady tab Instagram. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Definitely downloading it, and we'll read it because, I mean, let's get real. The body image conversation, always,
Yeah.
right? It's always there. So,
Amazon too. I use Amazon, and the publisher that I used was lulu.com. I think some people might find that in lulu.com. And I really like their platform for self-publishing, but you probably know some good ones too.
yeah, yeah. I only have experience with the Amazon, so I just published on that. But yeah, it might be a conversation for our next video, like you know, the in and outs of publishing and how to get people to start writing and expressing themselves. That could be
Yes.
another video that we do. So yeah,
I
well,
love the lounge. It's great. We should keep this going for
I
sure.
know, I love it. Maybe we could invite other people to join us and share their experience. That would be great. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys let us know how you like it. If anyone got inspired, would like more information, contact Crystal or myself. We would be happy to share. And we'll post our contact information down in the comments and let us know how you liked it, if you'd like to hear more or not. Uh, Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time and your sharing. And I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.